The hype is real.
The cure for savageness.
Piloting through the shadows.
All that and more.
Hey, you!
Oh shit! It's Mike! Holy shit, man. He's fucking fast for a dude I got punched over and over again.
I know, man. What the fuck?
And why were you wearing a bike helmet?
He's wearing a bike helmet?
Yeah, it was one of those motorcycle
I
helmets.
probably said he get punched in the fucking face again.
That makes sense, actually.
Fuck.
He's a smart man, finally.
He is fart. Fuck.
Fart?
Fart. He's a fart. He's a man.
Fucking fart.
He's a fart.
But anyway,
Welcome to episode 9 of the Super Media Brothers podcast.
how are y'all? Because we were running our asses off for a second there.
Yeah. Shit, and I'm fat. That's not cool.
No.
No.
It's
But I
cold
can-
outside, but
It is cold, but man, I can run for a fat boy.
fat boys.
No fatties. Oh, God. Yeah, so we have something special in store for you guys today.
Yeah.
But until we get to that, we've got a little bit of other business to attend to.
Ding ding.
Yeah, which, why don't you lead us off with the cool stuff that we found out about the Star Wars franchise?
Well, they actually just released a title, or the official title called The Last Jedi for Episode 8.
So, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi.
From their nap.
Yes. Yay.
So yeah, we don't know if it's like Luke and Rey are like the last Jedi, or if one of them dies, or there's actually another segue into the story that we're not aware of. Because there was somebody that was saying that it might be Kylo Ren basically coming to terms, and he's actually the last Jedi.
Oh.
So we don't know for sure, but that's actually what the title is for this movie.
It'd be interesting to see if they actually play it up as like the entire new trilogy is like a redemption story for Kylo Ren, kind of how they did with Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
And he will be the last Jedi.
Literally.
Yeah.
Kill Luke and Rey off.
That would suck. Well, I mean, I could see Luke going the full Obi-Wan route, but like, I love Rey.
Yeah. She's a ray of sunshine.
Right? So
there's that.
There's that, yeah.
So we have the rest of the year to wait for that.
yeah, no shit. I think that's going to be a tradition every January. They're going to announce the title for the next Star Wars.
Then it'll be the Han Solo movie next year, and then 9.
They just need to call it the Han Solo movie.
the Han Solo.
Yeah, the solo outing, the Han Solo outing. I'm actually hyped for Logan to come out finally. Well, because I feel like we're gonna get the Wolverine movie we've been wanting for over a decade now, like an actual R-rated, like no fucks given.
Like legit, like yeah.
The Red Band trailer was really good. Good bloodshed, decapitations, like claws going through. We even get Professor X cussing, and it's amazing, and it's funny.
Holy shit, Logan!
Get me a pepperoni pizza.
You fuck boy.
You fuck boy. Out, and then Charles is taking a selfie out here with these fuck boys. Why did that sound like Connery?
Sean Connery.
Out here with these fuck boys.
These fuck boys with their shingles.
There's these hot young shingles on the roof.
Shingles, you say? Let's throw some pizza up there.
Here's what I know about it. Obviously, Old Man Logan. They are going to take the Reavers, which were a team of cyborgs that were led by Donald Pierce, and that group was supposed to be like destroying the entire X-Men, but they specifically wanted revenge on Logan. They come after him. Meanwhile, he is protecting who we fucking obviously know as X-23, which is the young female Wolverine, basically. And he's guarding Professor X, who's old as fuck, obviously.
Yeah.
As is Logan, because I mean, if Logan's aging, then fucking Professor X is old as fuck.
Yeah, he's got to be like a Tales from the Crypt Keeper kind of look.
Could you imagine?
X-Men assemble.
Yeah, but no, they reboot X-Men again, and then they just bring the actual Crypt Keeper puppet thing, and they just put him in the wheelchair.
Well, Sarah just roll him out, and he's like,
God, what if he laughed?
He's gone crazy from all the shit he's seen in his life.
Yeah, but no, what if he was like, Damn it! Why am I drawing a blank here? What if he's just?
I'm drawing a blank, Logan.
No, I'm drawing a blank. Logan. No, he's
like Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, dude. Oh fuck.
Man.
Yeah, but again, it's rated R. I'm going to see this motherfucker when it comes out. I think it's what, February?
I think so.
Yeah. From those claws onto a
More savage.
set of claws from
Another artist from the EDM community called Kuro, or however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, Kuro released another hit this past week called Savage, and it's a welcome, refreshing feeling to the electro scene because it's just so, be cliche, it's savage. It's high energy, it has that hard-hitting drop and everything like that. It's just so...
It's unrelenting, man.
It's unrelenting, and it's a good combination with Amon, because Amon was like that hard-hitting trap, very slow, very edgy, very just like out there. And then you have Kuro that picked it up with Savage, and it just got faster and just more energetic. So far, Kuro's been doing a good job on the Monster Cat label with their releases, or his release, or her release, or whatever.
Monster Cat's been on fire this last year so far. I mean, like, January's just been a hell of a fucking start for them.
Well, fuck. Well, 29 was like the best album that I've heard so far.
I mean, we've had who came, like, Pegboard Nerds had a release like right at a month ago. I want to say it was like 2016, 2017 they dropped theirs. And who dropped before Kuro's newest one?
Oh, that was Niobe. Or
That's right.
Nanobe
Yeah.
with Chipland.
Yeah.
That was that one. There was a remix of a Stonebank song. Now, I'm only gonna say this because I fucking hate hardstyle. They actually did it justice with the Only One song with the remix, because they didn't include that bong 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 part. It actually has that hard, fast paced like drum kit, and it's actually refreshing to me. There was that. There was a Summer Was Fun track, which I wasn't really a big fan of. It was kind of just okay to me. There was Super Andreas.
That's it.
Melatonin.
Yeah.
That's a good Glitch Hop song.
Yes,
like that's
it
a
is.
good like return of Glitch Hop to me.
But I think Monster Cat's just, again, like, they're a great label in general going into their 6th year, but this year has been a hell of a start so far.
And then get on the hype train.
Oh my god.
While we're talking about Monster
My
Cat.
favorite fucking new artist in the Monster Cat community, Tokyo Machine.
Yes.
Fuck, dude. Tokyo Machine has yet to put out something that I don't like.
Seriously. Like, Okay was not the greatest one, but it was still decent. All the other tracks have, like, done. Bomb.
I feel like they're one of those few... It's one of the few artists on the label that has, like, almost that instant legend status as soon as they... You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think Tokyo Machine is going to be very much associated with Monster Cat. Just, because you have artists that go to and from, and, and the ones of yesteryear that are just, they're not there anymore. But you have artists like Televisor and Tokyo Machine. I think Kuro is going to be one of those artists as well.
Well, I mean, I was worried about Super Andreas because the first hit wasn't really that big for me. It just felt kind of eh. And then it was, I can't remember the middle one that came out, but it was a pick up from there. And then now Melatonin hit, and I'm just like, okay, this is actually good. So I'm hoping that Super Andreas stays on that chain. Like, they actually keep going up versus not like, oh, well, fuck, we fucked up here.
Yeah. But, yeah, Tokyo Machine, this actually drops tomorrow, which is going to be January 27th, 2017. The song is called Hype!
Hype Train. Ooh, I'm ready for that one.
I'm fucking ready. I'm so ready. I mean, just the few second teasers we've been getting for the last week have been awesome.
I love his teasers too, because it's like some weird like anime kind of like cartoon like intro, and it's like, oh, Robo-chan, they know our name of our new song. Release it now. Okay. And then it starts playing the song.
I know, I love it so much. That's great marketing. I mean, because the artist and Monster Cat both put into that, but great marketing, and that's one thing I love about this label is their marketing, which really brings us to the main event, which is going to take up most of this podcast. This was the most pleasant fucking surprise, musically, that I've experienced in a long while. And not only was it a musical surprise to me, it was just a great surprise from the Monster Cat community and this artist in particular. The artist is called Pilot, Pylot. The EP is called Shadow Task, and holy fuck, give us some history on the artist known as Pilot.
So the idea behind Pilot is not really the label of the producer. It's actually the character being built with the songs alongside of it. Because Pilot is basically a guy that had a run-in with some gang members or some thugs or something. And basically he lost his memory in the process. So when he woke up in the process, all he had was a note and a ring. And he didn't know what it was from. He didn't know who the ring was for. He didn't know who the note was from. But he basically got like these instructions as each song progressed and as each song is released. He basically does a journal entry as to what's going on in that scenario. So there are 5 songs prior to this, and there are 5 journal entries to go with each song. So you have After Dark, which is the first song, where he basically wakes up and realizes what's going on. Flashbacks is basically whenever he looks at the ring and starts remembering that his wife is, a part of his life and he doesn't know where she is. So he pursues to go and find her. Then Blurred Vision is the next one, where he's literally trying to recall everything going on, who these people are that are attacking him, where his wife is. Everything is just so foggy. By the way, that song right there before this EP hit was my favorite song because it was just that edgy, dark, hard-hitting song that Pilot did so much better than the rest of his music. Granted, the other songs are great. I mean, I fell in love with Flashbacks first before I hit After Dark, and I was just going from there. And then Race Against Time is a pick-me-up from Blurred Visions. And
that was my favorite Pilot song.
Yeah, and basically it's like you have to get to this point before time runs out. And it tells you in each journal entry, what progresses too. So you listen to the song, it has this little message beep come in. It's telling him it's here or whatever. You gotta go to this part, and then the song picks up. He goes and races against time, obviously. And then an odd change of pace, which it kind of fits the theme. The Place I Once Knew that released last year, the last song before this EP came out, he arrives to the city of, I think it's Salai. Mm-hmm. And then it's like a slow melodic kind of Daft Punk feel to it. It doesn't have that hard-hitting edge like the last 4 songs did, especially the 2 before it. It's just him recalling okay, this is like a break from what's about to happen. He's just slowly coming to terms with everything. He's he knows what he needs to do, and then he progresses forward. Now, we have Shadow Task.
Shadow Task, as a whole, was very cohesive. I mean, it lends itself, just the cohesiveness of these songs lends itself to how popular the EP format is, because I think a lot of times artists, and it's not their fault. I mean, you have artists that are out there that write so many songs and they have to condense them down to maybe between 9 or 13 songs put on an album. Mm-hmm. I feel like an EP, especially with this, it's obviously a concept.
It's story driven. It's not just I'm releasing music that has a theme for a song or a theme for the album. It's part of the whole entire story behind Pilot and his journey to remember what happened and what he's trying to do,
Yeah, I loved it because, I mean, with 5 songs, it's a 1-2 punch. You get in and you get out. It's short and sweet, but musically, it's fantastic.
It's so well crafted. It's just like you said in the text messages a couple of days ago, the musicianship just in general.
It's unparalleled.
It is, because not only does it bring back the popularity of synthwave and a lot of the styles that kind of mirror it, it shows you just how dedicated, just how talented someone is to bring back that and to make music just sound so much better with it.
Yeah, and keep in mind it's one person playing all instruments, doing all drum production as far as programming, synthesizers, bass, guitar, synth bass. I mean, vocaling, like name it. It's all one person. What we're going to do is actually we're going to kind of break this down track by track.
Basically, like we did with the Chromeo album, White Women, it's for your reviewing pleasure. We're going to basically critique each song, play a sample of it, and then, kind of take our little take on, what it lags, what it doesn't lag, what it reminds us of, stuff like that.
Yeah. Wasn't there notes for this?
There's actually a journal entry 6.
And it's for the song Shadow Task, right?
It's for all 5.
It's for all 5?
It's the whole entirety of it. So what I'm going to do first, before we introduce the first song, is I'm going to read to you I'm going to read you the journal entry part by part, and it's going to basically go by per song.
Yeah, so
you get a feel of everybody and how they are.
Yeah, so we'll give you the first entry with the song, and then Cody will read, and then so on and so forth.
Okay, so entry 6. It's been a while since my last entry. Since then, a lot has happened. Currently, I'm in Salai. That is the name of the city I've been led to. After making my way toward that skyscraper, I received another message in my helmet. It was easy to make out what was being said. I heard a voice say, "Look in front of you." When I looked up and saw a man standing in front of me, peering out from underneath a hooded jacket in an alleyway. We locked eyes, and a grin as he nodded his head and yelled, "Hey you!" before quickly turning around and disappearing into the darkness. I left my bike behind and chased this guy on foot, trying to keep track of him until I reached a high-rise apartment building on the edge of the city center. I watched as he began scaling the walls on the outside of the building like some kind of free climber, and I had no choice but to enter the complex and try to cut him off from the inside. I entered the building and found nothing but a single corridor leading up to a single elevator. I entered the elevator and noticed it had no controls or floors indicators inside. I waited anxiously until suddenly the elevator began to move on its own. I ascended for a while until the elevator doors opened into a huge open plan area with the panoramic views of the city spanning the entire top floor of the building. It was a penthouse apartment with no furniture, although built right in the center of the room was a myriad of technology in a U-shape. Hundreds of cables trailed along the floor leading to what looked like a control center made of all kinds of computer-based technology. As I panned my eyes around the room, stood waiting for me in the corner were 4 people. One of them was a guy I had followed here. They were expecting me.
That's really cool, though, because what we're getting at, and we're about to play the song, but you can play these songs as you read these entries, and these are supposed to be your lyrics to said song, and the song is going to take you on this adventure, because as soon as you said an on-foot chase, I'll cue the music and tell you guys right now that this is legit a fucking foot race. Yeah, dude, like this is the ultimate montage, like music.
Just put them shades on, man.
Put those fucking shades on.
Literally, like, I'm gonna explain to you my feelings in a little bit once you hear the rest of this.
It's like it's Top Gun, dude.
Yeah.
It's like Top Gun and like Rocky and like just
It just has that feeling of you're sitting there, like the character pilot, he has a bike helmet on, like one of those motorcycle helmets on. I literally feel like I would have like a poster of me holding a motorcycle helmet in my left hand, my right hand fist pumping, my shades on, literally just like rocking out to this song with the freaking 80s background, sunset shit.
Fucking eagle.
Exactly.
Like in the background.
I'm serious, dude. It's like you feel so like kick ass with this song.
You do.
Like the way I explained it to him, it's like it's very montage of like Knight Rider, like those action-packed sequence movies and shows where you get in the car, you throw your shades on, shift that car into gear, and just fuck everything in front of you, and just like guitar that din 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 din. It's like, what the fuck am I feeling? I feel like a fucking man, dude.
Right? It's like man, like man. No, but another thing too, the movie Turbo Kid. This was like some of the same style that was in that movie, and that's the first thing I thought about.
It's like 80s action. That's what I feel with this whole entire song, and that is why it's probably my favorite track on this EP and of his collection.
Absolutely, and This one is right up there with another song that happens later on in the EP. But man, what you just read and with this song is what we're trying to tell you guys out there, that this is a very unique way of presenting music. Mm-hmm. You have like a story, like with the entries that he's got, and you can listen to this and read along as you go, and it's an adventure.
Now, we'll say the song is called Kane, but they will introduce Kane as a character outside of the chase part towards the middle of the entry. So you'll actually get an idea of like who he is and reflecting that personality behind the song too, because they do that with each person that they introduce to the entry too. So
yeah.
But yeah, like the reason why it's my favorite song is mainly because it just has that energy, that kick-ass fucking guitar riff of like that 80s montage guitar riff. And my favorite part of the whole song is like that last section, that third, where it just kind of picks up and you hear that whack whack out, like that fade out here and there. And it's so well done. Like it just pumps you up.
This song, how could I put it in one statement? It is the perfect love letter to everything that I ever liked about the 80s.
Exactly. It's the perfect like poster child to the 80s and as a whole when it comes to the action scene, the movie scene, the sun setting,
the over the topness of
yeah,
it too.
just you get that coloration of like the faded like pastels and the bright lights and the weird fonts and stuff, and it's just like Kane. Dun, dun, dun.
I feel like the production should have been a little more poor sounding though, just to give it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to give it that sound.
Like you have David Hasselhoff just jumping in the background. I was like, hey, I'm here.
Have drunken David Hasselhoff eating Wendy's on the floor.
Exactly.
With this music playing, he's like, oh.
Blah, 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 blah.
Is there more from
there
the
is.
There is.
Data introduced himself first as a self-proclaimed tech guy of the group. He told me that the Neon Tower of Technology set in the center of the room was built by him, as is the control center from where he organizes and plans takedowns, infiltrations, and other missions in high crime areas. He told me that together, the three of the members and himself form a highly skilled team known as Shadow Task, and their purpose is to shut down one of the biggest and supposedly most corrupt companies in Solai, Architect. Architect, yeah. I asked him to tell me more about Architect and why Shadow Task plans on shutting it down. He explained that Architect is a technology company with its headquarters situated in the heart of Solai. Over the last 5 years, it's grown to be one of the most influential and powerful companies in the entire world. They specialize in developing and building machines with highly advanced artificial intelligence. This technology is used just about everywhere. Every car, train, bus, elevator, mobile phone, and such is likely monitored and controlled by Architect. Several people within the company have chosen to exploit this technology in order to control and manipulate the entire city. Architect's multiple involvements in illegal activity with Solai include paying gangs to cause chaos, bribing law enforcement, and framing any witnesses for crimes committed. The purpose of these actions is currently not known, but the person behind Shadow Task is confident that there is very strong motive. 12 months ago, Data, Kane, and Clova received an anonymous message from someone, and the three of them were led to this building. After being told the same thing Data just shared with me, they were instructed to break lock out of the maximum security prison in Solai in an effort to build a team of people capable of bringing Architect down for good. And this will basically introduce to you Data, which has that kind of like mysterious, like nerdy kind of.
I feel like if there were vocals to this, it would be like female vocals. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But the character in the poster is a guy. So,
yeah. I really dig this track. Mm-hmm. It's got that new disco feel. It's got that funk to it a little bit. Very
funk, very indie dance, very disco-y.
I love that.
I love the vocalizing, yeah.
I do too. And it's that 4 on the floor drum pattern. That's what does it for me on songs like that. Because it's just that drive, man. You know.
Well, it's like you said, it was
you
just
gonna handle up on some fucking business.
It's like it's drums. That's like you feel that pump. It's like, yeah, I'm getting it.
This
I'm
whole
going.
album,
I'm going.
man.
I'm going. You know.
Right? That's
But yeah, like Data has this very like technological, very nerdy, very just like infiltration, very mysterious. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking hack the shit out of you, and you don't know what happened to you. Kind of feel it. It's just very just cumulative of all that, and it sounds so upbeat for such a like mischievous song.
right, and it it fits the character. Like that's what I'm enjoying about all these entries. You hear about like certain characters and certain traits they have. These songs fit these people.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I love it. And Data is on this album for me. It's one of those not a sleeper song in a bad way. It's one of those songs that's like you could hear the key tracks from this album, which they're all great, but you could hear like each song be like, wow, these are good. But like Data is one of those ones like it just creeps in and just fuck. It's like it gets in your ear and you can't get this song out of your head.
That build up though, where it's like that bass drum and that drum kit comes in, though, so you hear that ding, that keyboard kick in, and all of a sudden that vocalizer pops in. It's just like, oh, I'm actually just I'm manipulated by the music.
The music moves you, so
It does. Motivates my body.
my body.
But yeah, this song actually is one of the lower ends for me. It's not as hard hitting for me, and it's not as motivating as the other songs per se, but it's still a good song. Like, I don't trash the music in general. It's just ranking it. It's not as much of an influence as some of the other tracks from the album. So it's like we talked about earlier. It's more of like a like an 80s like club feel towards, like you feel like you're in that like, you know, scene, you know, that underground scene, and it's like everybody's like hush hush about the club, but you actually go in, it's like, wow, it's like popping now,
Right?
you know?
Absolutely. And being second, like being between this one and arguably my favorite track on the album, it moves the album along very nicely. Every song, like, and that's what I was gonna say, like, as we move through the sequencing of this album was very well done too.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Is there another entry, sir?
Oh, there is. It just popped into my visor.
Nice!
I tried to digest everything Data had told me. Eager to speak, Kane introduced himself, leaning against the wall, peering from underneath his hood as he stood in the back of the room with his arms folded. Pulsing with a deep red glow, his left arm looked completely bionic. Rolling his sleeve up, he sneered and told me his name is Kane, but that I should refer to him as Metal. He said he was surprised I could keep up with him. At which point I realized this was the guy that I chased here. He told me that both him and Locke are responsible for taking care of business. I didn't understand what he meant, but I sat in the corner of the room holding his weapon of choice. The ex-convict Locke muttered, "Nothing wrong with justice in the form of a baseball bat." I understand now. Kane and Locke had beat the living shit out of criminals and enjoy doing it. Kane seems to be the complete opposite to Locke, who seemed more concerned with polishing his baseball bat than to even give a shit about introducing himself.
And we can play Locke. Very dark. I think I was telling you that earlier. It's very dark, and I love
Just
this.
gritty, just...
That keyboard's what drives it for me. If you're gonna listen to this album out there, listen to it with headphones.
Definitely. Just drown yourself in the Shadow Task itself. Just the environment. It's just so worth it.
This is an album to listen to with the lights off, your imagination going, and if you would like to have any kind of mood lighting, this is perfect for it.
Fuck, drive in the middle of a sunset. Just have that sun just beaming out from the crevice of the horizon.
Right, and then as it completely sets, this is the song that plays. Because this, to me, is the perfect, like, black as fuck nighttime, like, writing song. I mean,
And-
there's nothing in sight, just darkness, and you just drive.
And it literally fits Locke's character, because on the poster you see this character. He looks like Negan without the facial hair. He has the bloodied bat, the freaking bomber, leather jacket, that smug look on his face, and he's just like, man, I'm just ready to beat the fuck out of somebody, man. I don't give a shit. And then you hear that song, it's just like, you just see this man dragging his baseball bat down the alleyway, and he's just like, you're fucked. And just that din 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 din.
Wouldn't it be funny if we do laugh on this podcast also. I was gonna say it was really funny. he's dragging his bat down, and he's like, and you were like, you're fucked, and he just like, you're fucked. It reminded me if he was like in Spider-Man 3 when he's walking down the street and he's like pointing,
You're fucked.
you're fucked, you're fucked,
Everybody's fucked. But he doesn't point. He uses baseball bat. You're fucked.
you're fucked.
Everybody's fucked.
Everybody's fucked. Everybody's nuts.
Pop.
Pop and Lock.
Pop.
Lock just looks, catch me outside. How about that?
Oh shit. Me and my girlfriend were talking about that shit earlier. I didn't know what the fuck that was.
I know what's up.
But back to the review process.
Yeah.
Definitely my second favorite song, mainly because it just has that definitive personality of just gritty, dark, hard, and just edgy. And I felt like this song could really be like part of the Tron Legacy soundtrack, mainly because I told you the other day, I can just imagine the light cycle rider on his light cycle just riding, and you just see him at an angle and it pans around, and as soon as that drop hits with the drums, you see the city in the foreground.
This is the
rising.
grid.
This is
the grid, man.
Yeah. Like you feel like you're just driving up to the grid, and it just fits so well.
And it's beautifully textured, the entire song, from start to finish. In fact, when the song starts, there's no like real it just kind of like quickly fades in and happens. It's gorgeous. This to me is instrumentally speaking 1984.
Mm-hmm.
To me, this is exactly what it is. I like it. Everything you described about it is why it appeals to me.
Yes.
And like I've said before, like I like Kane just as much, but this one I think appeals to me more just because it visits that darker side of my personality, and not anything negative like I was telling you earlier, but just, you know,
your thought process, your humor, your personality in general, your interests are more of like all around the dark side, basically, in a way. More edgy, more, you know, just hard, you know, just stuff that most people don't really appeal to.
outside of the box kind of shit.
Basically, yeah.
And from Locke, we move on to another entry.
Oh, beep. I don't know why I beeped. Clova introduced herself last. She told me she's a scientist and the nurse responsible for taking care of the Shadow Task team's medical needs. She specializes in biomechanics and apparently has a lab here where she spends most of her time researching and building new technologies, though I'm not yet to see this lab myself. And then we jump into Clova.
That guitar, though.
That's fun, man.
I really think this could have been on Discovery. Like, just listening to the...
Like, you just embrace this.
that white noise in them.
I will say, man, this whole entire EP is just beautiful guitar work and
absolutely.
craftsmanship in general.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I love the song, I really do. But I think the only part of the song that I really enjoy is the fact that I get funk guitar in it, and it's probably my least favorite song on the EP, man, because like it's just. I'm not much into the softer side of music as much as like other artists do, like Mr. Fiji Ouija and Varian and all them. They craft a little bit better when it comes to the softer side.
Well, that's a different kind of, you know.
Yeah,
What I mean?
and I'm not saying anything negatively about this song, like it sucks or anything like that, but it fits the mood of the whole entire EP. It fits the mood of the story and everything, and it fits the character Clova because you feel like she's this soft-hearted person. She has like a mysterious side to her in a little bit, and it's. I'm not trying to say like to feminize the character, but she obviously is a female character, but it actually reflects that because you feel that kind of like that ding 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 and that soft like melody in the background. But
It's a more sensitive song.
it's a more sensitive song. The thing I'm thrown off is like, is she really like a funky person whenever she's like talking and like flirting with people with that guitar? She's just like
She's like one of those little hula girls you stick on the dashboard of a car where just the hips move.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna nurse you to health, baby. Wow, wow.
That's where the guitar comes in.
Like her hips are the guitar riff.
Yes.
So she moves like here, like ding, ding, and then when it stops, it's like it stops.
Right?
But yeah,
Them hips don't lie.
but like you said, it fits that Daft Punk feel because a lot of that Discovery, there was like a few songs in there. Digital Love,
Something About Us.
Something About Us, definitely Something About Us. That's what it gives me that vibe of. It's just that very soft, lighthearted, very funk kind of driven song with that, just that,
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I get from it too. It's just very Daft Punk, very Discovery feel to it. But like I said, to me, I wish it had a little bit more, I guess, to kind of define the character more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that it is what it is simply because like that's who it. You know what I mean? I think like maybe that's all there is to it. You know, she might be the quiet one of the group, and that song's obviously a little more quiet than the rest of them.
I mean, she looks like she has a mysterious past. She's just like glaring at you with her side eye.
She has resting bitch face.
She does.
Is there another entry, or is that the last one?
I think this is the last one, actually, right here. Clova asked me who I was. I told her that I don't remember anything about my life. They looked confused as I told them the only memory I have is being mugged by a gang at a gas station and someone called Rico was involved. They looked at each other in agreement as though they knew who I was talking about. Data said that Shadow Task was instructed to find me, and they have been following me ever since I left the gas station. Apparently the person who assembled Shadow Task knows who I am and needs my help taking down Architect. Insisting that I am a crucial part of the solution to ending the corruption within the city for good. I keep asking to speak with the person, and I'm told that in time I will, but first Shadow Task has to gain my trust. For now, all I can do is play ball until I can speak with the head of Shadow Task, Pilot. They introduced this song just Monday.
The only song on this EP with lyrics in it.
Well, yeah, mine is Data with a little bit here and there, and then Kane was like, "Hey, you."
Yeah,
but yeah, this has actual vocal lyrics in it. But this was the single that they released on Monster Cat on Monday, and this literally got me like, I saw Pilot's name, I was like, what the fuck?
This part right here is just fire, son.
Just everything in the beginning of the whole entire EP is just right here, all together. You have the soft side, the hard edge, the darkness, and then it's just like, pow.
And this one brings it all together.
Yes, because it's Shadow Task.
Absolutely.
The group take down Architect.
This song, and I wrote it down right here because I really feel that way. This song perfectly encompasses Pilot's style.
It does.
Like, the entire idea behind his music in general, this song, to me, best reflects the culmination of everything he's done.
Definitely. It's my third pick, mainly because the personality is there, but compared to Locke and Kane, it doesn't have that much of a push to me. Like, I was telling you earlier, the segmentation kind of throws me off where it has like that drop is like smooth and just quiet and the vocals, and then it slowly picks up and then it's like hard. So while it works, to me it's just like it doesn't really suit how I listen to music very well, but I still love the fucking song. Like it's fantastic. Like just whenever I hear the song, it reminds me of like the 80s fighting games, the side scrollers where you're in an arcade with your best friend at Saturday night or Friday night. You put your quarter in on each side, press start, and you're like kicking fucking ass, man. Shadow Task, the game, go.
That needs to be a thing.
Yeah, because you can choose from 5 characters to play as, and they have like a special move where like Pilot drives on his motorcycle and runs over all the baddies in front of him.
Hits him with his helmet.
Yeah, like his like upper move, uppercut or something. You know, Locke has like his baseball bat and just beats the shit out of people. You know, Kane has his bionic arm that like crushes fucking people. You know, stuff like that.
You know, I think I said this before we started recording, and I'll say it now. This whole EP would benefit. I say it would benefit, but this whole thing could be done with a live band.
It could.
Like if Pilot were ever to tour this material, I mean, along with its other stuff, but this material in particular, a full band, like, holy shit, it would take it to the next level.
I mean, it'd basically be like doing Karma Fields, but actual live, like, action sequence where you see, like, in the background, like, the sequence of After Dark till Shadow Task.
Yes.
You know, you basically have, like, the concert is like a movie. And you have the live band playing the music as it progresses.
Shit, I would love to see an actual short film or, like, a short movie of this.
Or a video game.
Yeah, something, man. Like, the potential is so untapped, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much untapped potential here.
Especially since he crafts the music based off of the character and the story behind him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got fantastic label support, obviously, from Monstercat, but, I mean, I love it because I'm able to listen to it, and I know about it, and Cody knows about it and listens to it, but we do this podcast, you know, and we want to bring stuff that we like to other people that may not have ever heard of things like this, and stuff like this deserves to be heard by majority of people.
A lot of people. Like, I constantly bring it up to people's attention, like, do you really want to listen to good music? I can introduce you to a lot of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like selling drugs, man.
You guys want some good music? You want some good Start scratching it?
Hey guys, you got any more of that good music?
Exactly.
So, my lips covered in, like, music crack. I mean, just...
But, like I told you the other day, imagine a massive collaboration, like a super album. Pilot, obviously the rest of Televisor are involved as well. Chromeo and Daft Punk just make a fucking badass fucking compilation.
Absolutely. And for those of you out there who kind of missed that, Pilot is Tim Butler, which is one half of Televisor, which is an excellent duo in the Monstercat community. Which, if anybody out there has heard of either of them and thinks, oh, Pilot has a lot of that influence, that's why.
Yeah, that guitar, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, there's no mistaking that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this EP just dropped Monday, the 23rd of January, and it's only $4.95 on iTunes. And
well worth $5.
Abso-fucking-lutely. I mean, as soon as you were like, dude, it's out, I was like, oh shit, I forgot. Fucking bought it right there.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, and it's hilarious because I blindly bought this album. I mean, I listened to Kane because you were like, oh, Kane's good. And I listened to it. I listened to like the first 30 seconds and I was like, okay, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
Then I blindly bought this album and it was one of the best, quote, blind box buys I've ever done in my life. It's awesome.
You literally just like Twitch with like rabies foam from his mouth. It's just a
so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. He wants the precious.
While he's just jacking off while he's doing it. It's like, God, this album's so good.
You guys, you ever heard of that? You guys ever heard of that music guy named Pilot?
He's so good.
He's so good.
Oh my god.
You tell every other musician out there, screw you guys, I'm going home.
I'm getting Pilot.
I'm going home and listen to Pilot.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Ah, shit. But yeah, that's Tasks in the Shadows, guys, and listen to the Shadow Task EP, buy it, support the fuck out of it, support Monstercat. We're very big proponents. I mean, we talk about Monstercat a lot, but it's definitely a label that we genuinely want to see go much further.
Definitely.
And we listen to a lot of music, but like, again, we're very big proponents of the underdog and the underground, especially in the EDM community. This is probably one of the best resources if you want to listen to any and all genres of it. And Pilot is a prime fucking example of what you can find by going elsewhere and thinking outside the box.
See, my personal recommendation to you guys is to listen to the first 5 songs that he released. Start with After Dark. Read the journal entries as you listen to the songs. And then basically get the idea of like what Pilot is, who he is, and what he's going towards. That way you know and appreciate the music and the artist more than just listening to them.
Yeah, and this is one of the better things. It's not like, we've been mentioning this whole time. It's not just music and it's not just an artist. It is a full-on project. and it's a story, and it's beautifully done.
I mean, he dedicates like literally drawing out like a journal book on the Facebook page or on the web page, and it has like written in handwriting with a pen and like a coffee stain or something from what he's doing. Journal entry 2, or this is what's happening. Journal entry 3, and it's just it fits all so well, and it just gives you that environment that it actually creates.
And you can find all this at iampilot, PYLOT.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pretty much find every journal entry, all the song titles, everything.
Definitely.
But that's all we've got for this one, dude.
Definitely here.
Uh,
I'm tapped out.
Tapped out. But we shall return next week for the 10th episode. Holy shit.
Wow.
Ah. Hitting that 10 milestone there, buddy.
Oh, no.
Well,
My body's not ready.
right. I'm so happy that we outran Mike. Maybe we can punch him next week.
Yeah, he needs to knock the fuck out because that was just a little bit
That was
unnecessary.
That was bullshit.
It was bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. Cue the music. Excuse me.
That drum.
That drum. This was episode 9, Tasks in the Shadows. We'll be back next week. Until then, I've been Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okami.
Shades on.
We're off.